Hello, how are you? This is Resilient Lives, greeting you again and trusting that you're doing well. It is an exciting weekend that we're looking forward to. I can't believe that it is Memorial Day weekend. It's another first. We've had another first holiday that we will be celebrating quarantine. We've had Easter and Mother's Day, but we've discovered that we have learned how to adapt to doing all these things. But as in any celebration, any first, there is joy and sorrow. Often when there is a celebration of a first, especially in a challenging time, you have joys and you have sadness because the loss of loved ones or the loss of the old ways just seems to be upsetting. And so that's why it's important to reach out to everyone this weekend. And so I'm reaching out to you so that we will continue to do what we've been doing, making sure that you continue to thrive and flourish, that we do this together. So I'm trusting that you have some plans for this holiday weekend. I'm trusting that if you don't have any plans, that you will contact your vital friend, because we've talked about the healing power of togetherness. So unless you just want to be alone, you don't have to be alone, because obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, there are these new ways of celebrating. Now, Memorial Day is a typical celebration where we remember the soldiers who died in military service. And in the past, there are parades, so we doubt that there's going to be a parade this time. There's parades and picnics and all sorts of events. I don't know what yours will look like. I know that there are events that will continue. So I just want you to remember, remember what you've been doing. Remember how you have learned how to accommodate and adapt and doing the things that you're doing. So, of course, today we're talking about Memorial Day and the first holidays, and we're talking about coming together, and we're also talking about creating a healing environment, because that's what we've been doing, because we realize that there's stress involved, and there's that certain uncertainty that we can't see, yet we have learned to adapt. We've learned that we are doing things as originals. Most of us are anyway. I haven't heard from too many who are paralyzed and stuck, because we have been in this pandemic for months, months, and a lot of us have learned how to proceed. I've heard of cooking out in the garage and social distancing in driveways and all sorts of ways. So I would encourage you to continue to look at the things that you would like to do with your vital friends. There is a saying that Picasso. Picasso speaks about solitude, and he speaks about solitude being necessary to create anything serious. And so it might be a good time to pull away just for a little while to ponder in your heart, or to be creative. And to be creative, we need to have that time to think, and have the quiet time to hear what the creative genius within you is planning to do. Whether you're a craft person, I know I have some artists out there who enjoy painting. I know I have some musicians out there who enjoy playing the piano, and they need the quiet time, the solitude, to allow those creative juices to flow. But this is Memorial Day, and we want to create a memory, a new memory. Sure, we are celebrating and recognizing the lives lost, and the lives lost now, because we're losing lives. So this Memorial Day will be a new remembrance. But we want to know, how are we going to celebrate? What will be the memory that we will think about next year? How we developed a new way of remembering, establishing a memory, establishing something that we want to look back on and say, this is what I did. Because in most crises or big days, usually the question is, do you remember where you were, what you were doing when such and such happened? So as we approach this weekend, we want to look at a plan. I think yesterday I asked, what are your plans for yourself? What is you have this new identity, this new you that has been in the transformation process. Well, what will your plan be for your new identity, since none of us are the same as we were when we began this? Well, add it to the new you that's getting ready to emerge slowly into the world. What would you like to look back and say, well, I did some different things this year? So we know that in our toolbox, and we wanted to learn how to live a meaningful life. We know in that meaningful life, that means we will engage and interact and do things with others, for others. We will fill our emotional tanks before we seek to help others. But we just want to remember, how will we celebrate? What will be the big thing? And so I'm trusting that you know that you are loved. I'm trusting that we're going to continue working together. I'm trusting that you will continue to be an original, that you will continue to look at ways not to let the obstacles get in your way, because you have such great potential. And together, it's going to be a good time, measured with the challenging times. So just remember that it's Memorial Day. We're creating a memory. And years ago, there was this study. It was talking about, it was on the workplace, and it was talking about how the workplace wanted their employees to be engaged. Because if the employees were engaged, then that was somehow related to their workplace satisfaction. So if they were engaged and happy, then their work showed that engagement, showed how they liked and enjoyed what they were doing. we want to be engaged in life. We want to engage with others, but we want to be engaged with ourselves. We want to, as someone said, make sure you put the face mask on yourself, the oxygen mask. Well, now we're putting the face mask on. So just remember all the protocols that we're doing so that we will continue to be safe. I trust that you'll have enjoyable 4th of July. I'd like to know how you did. I got a picture from someone, because we've been talking about obstacles and creating positives out of the obstacles, and someone sent a picture of a wren bird that had made a nest on top of a cactus, and that's definitely showing that the bird knows how to create a positive out of the negative. I'm sure that no little critters is going to climb up the cactus plant to get to the nest. And often, life and nature mirrors itself. There are the seasons in nature and the different things that happens in nature. But we know that after each obstacle, we just kind of continue having obstacles and obstacles. What we're doing now is laying that template, being ready for the next the next obstacle, and knowing that we are creating a healing environment, and knowing that we will be ready. So, armed with all of this ammunition, I trust that you're going to have a good time. I wish you love. I pray that you have a good weekend, and I can't wait to hear from you. Sending you love and a hug. Have a good day. Bye-bye.